Every user must have their own login ID, except locums. Click Application to apply for login ID in the login page. Enter all the required information here and click Submit to apply. Full name with proper capitalizations is required as this will be used on printouts, MC, referrals etc. If the name entered here already exists or been taken, the same name cannot be used. If the user is a doctor, tick here. Many functions in Intel SIS are limited to doctors. Enter an easy-to-remember login ID. Login ID must be less than 12 characters long and can only contain alphabets and numbers. If the login ID entered here already exists or been taken, the same name cannot be used. Strong password is required and must contain combination of numbers, alphabets, small/large capitals and at least 8 characters long. If any error is shown here, application will be disabled until the error is fixed. Disabled application when error message is shown. A valid email is required for forgotten password reset. When there is no error message displayed, click Submit to send in the login ID application. This message indicates that the application for login ID has been successfully submitted. Once the clinic administrator approves your login ID application, you will be able to log in using the login ID. To check the status of your login ID application, enter your login ID and password here. And click Status. The status of your application will be shown here. For the clinic administrator, login ID applications will be indicated here. In this example there are 2 applications. Click on this number to view the applications. The applications must be approved/deleted one by one from the first application. Make sure the name is proper with correct spelling and appropriate capitalizations. Whether or not the user is a doctor must be correctly specified. The clinic administrator will be able to change the doctor/non-doctor status here. Make sure valid phone and email are provided. Select the appropriate user level here. Specify the access level for these modules. If Allow Sales Price adjective is ticked, the user will be able to alter the default prices when any item is selected for the patients. Only users with Allow SMS ticked will be able to send SMS to patients. For security reasons, only trusted users must be allowed to download the backup file. If Allow Ext Backup is not ticked, the user will be able to initiate the backup but will not be able to download the backup file. Ticking Manage Appointments Only will only allow access to the appointment page. All other page access will be blocked. This is for users in call centers that manage appointments. If Info Dashboard is ticked, the user will only be able to access the information dashboard and all other pages will be blocked. Click Approve to approve this login ID. If any of the information is not correct, click Delete to reject this application and request the user to reapply with correct information. Note that the subsequent applications will be disabled. Approve or delete the first application in order to proceed with the subsequent applications. All users' information and access levels can be managed under Add/Remove User in the admin page. Click Details. Scroll down and click Add/Remove User. To search for a user, specify whether the user is being searched by the name or by the login ID. In this example, we are searching by the username. Type in the name and the available matches will be listed in the drop-down list. Select the user from this drop-down list. To edit any user's details, authorization code is required. Authorization code is provided to the clinic administrator only. Access levels to the following modules can be specified here. Users with Disable Adjective ticked will not be able to adjust the inventory stocks. Disable adjective can only be ticked/unticked when inventory access is selected as edit. When inventory access is set as block, additional access levels can be specified by clicking the eye icon. Users with inventory module access blocked can be given access to these submodules. These are the same as explained in Login ID applications approval/rejection. If your clinic is part of a group, this user can be allowed to use the central monitoring features from the central/HQ clinic. This feature requires additional permission from this clinic's administrator. If Auto Central Monitoring approval is ticked, this user is automatically given permission when the user applies for central monitoring permission from the central/HQ clinic. Click Edit to save. Click Del to remove this user. Once removed, this user will not be able to log into this clinic. However, the login ID cannot be reused for other users. Although it is possible to add a new user here, it is strongly discouraged. Get the user to use the application form in the login page to apply for login ID. By default, all users are not allowed access from the internet and can only access Intelsys from within the clinic. To allow access from the internet, click List All Users. Tick/untick under Online Access to allow/disallow access from the internet. When access from internet is allowed, make sure Force 2FA is ticked to enable the users to use their mobile devices as additional security. For 2FA, two-factor authentication, the users must install Intelsys Assist app on their mobile devices and link the app to the clinic's Intelsys. 2FA is an important security feature where unauthorized access is blocked without the security code from the user's mobile device. If the 2FA needs to be reset, e.g. change of mobile device, tick Reset 2FA for the user. If external reporting is ticked for the user will be able to send X-ray images for external radiologist reporting. Users with 2FA enabled will be brought to this page on first-time login. Follow the steps 1, 2 and 3 to install and link Intelsys Assist app to the clinic's Intelsys. That's it. You're done.